Broadcasting live at Ron's Pizza on South Main Bellefontaine and at PeakofOhioTV.com, it's time for Chalk Talk. Here's your host, Tyler Avila.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out here to Chalk Talk live at PeakofOhioTV.com. I'm Tyler Avila. We're out here at Ron's Pizza on South Main Bellefontaine. You can call 937-292-7775 for pickup or delivery. You can try to squeeze in here. It's kind of a packed house right now here at Ron's, but we'll try to make room for you to join the show. On the show tonight, we got a great lineup here for you. Let's first talk some tennis, some girls tennis from Bellefontaine High School and their head coach, James Howell. Coach, thanks for coming out tonight.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So, how long have you been the tennis coach there at Bellefontaine?
This is actually my first year back. About 10 years ago, I did it for a few years and then took some time off.
So, first year back. So, what's it like being back and coaching girls tennis?
Oh, it's awesome. I was lucky enough to inherit an amazing group of girls. We had 8 this year.
So, I want to talk about you in the sense of tennis. Was the game part of your life growing up?
I didn't pick it up until later in high school, but once I found it, I fell in love with it and played it ever since.
What about the game did you like?
You know, honestly, probably just the individual nature of it, and how it's, it's self-managed. It's such a, neat sport in that way.
So you said that you were coaching beforehand, then took a little bit of a break. Well, what caused the break? Why did you take a step away a little bit for coaching tennis?
I was kind of young. My kids were young, and I found out I was just having difficulty making it to all of their activities, and then being able to fulfill my, requirements as a coach. So it was just best to let my kids get a little bit older and then come back.
So obviously kids got older, you came back. What led to you coming back here and coaching the Chieftain girls tennis team?
It was just fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. There was a coach that resigned from the girls position, and at the time neither of my sons play a fall sport. One's actually headed off to college. So
oh, nice.
I have a little more free time, and I was ready to jump back in.
Oh, for sure. So to you, what's the advantage? What do you like most about being a coach?
Just working with the kids. I mean, first off, I have an amazing group of girls, and just being able to start, and especially with tennis, you get mostly people who are fresh, no one who's never played tennis before, usually as a freshman, and just seeing that growth.
Now, you said you had 8 girls on the team, correct?
Correct.
Okay, CBC roster said 7. So I'm going to go through the list here. I have Arissa, Emma, Maria, Savannah, Julia, Kinsley, and Jenna. Who am I missing?
Nolly Jones, sophomore.
Can you spell that name for me?
Nollie.
Nollie.
Jones.
Nolly Jones. You said she's a sophomore.
Correct.
So looking at it, Coach, all underclassmen. So everybody will be returning next year. Knowing that, how does that motivate you to get these girls better after having a year under your belt back and a year under their belts?
Yeah, it's super exciting knowing that, we're returning everybody. And, this off season is, really important, that we can come back and show growth.
Now, how do you determine who plays singles and who plays doubles?
The nice thing about tennis is they kind of decide it themselves. We come in, we give some matches. They make, basically we come up with a ladder, first, second, third, fourth. And then as long as your best singles players plays first singles, your second best plays second. So if my third best player wants to play doubles, they can. It's really what their preference is.
Okay. Looking at things this year, the team went 6-14, 4-10 in the CBC. Last year they were 7-11, 5-7 there in conference play. Talk about how things shook out this year for the Lady Chieftains on the tennis court.
Well, we graduated a couple 3 seniors maybe last year, and so we were fairly young, so starting fresh, and then the season got started right away. Once the season starts officially August 1st, we're in matches within a week, and some weeks we have 4 matches. Actually, week 2 and 3 were both 4-week matches, so limited practice under our belts, and we just got to jump right into it.
So tennis, in a sense, is kind of in the same boat golf's in. You guys start, and then right away you're already competing, and then it's such a short season. So how do you make sure the girls get that practice in that they need? Like you said, those first couple weeks, it's kind of limited with practice because you have 4-week matches or 4 matches in a week. So how do you make sure all the girls get the practice they need throughout the season?
Yeah, honestly, with the fall sports, the way they start, off-season practice during the summer is crucial. So give a lot of opportunities for girls to come in throughout the summer, and then just make sure you get the fundamentals in first. I mean, you got to be able to function in a tennis match before we can compete. So do that first, and then just build from there when we get the opportunities.
So, okay, so say you're trying to recruit girls to come out on the team. How do you do that? How do you try to, in a sense, sell the tennis team and being part of the team to maybe an 8th grader coming up or a girl at BHS who isn't in a fall sport? How do you sell it to them to join the team?
Honestly, my number one pitch would be talk to the girls first. I mean, see what they like about it. They're going to believe them way before they believe me.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah, talk to the girls and just, they'll find out, what a fun sport it is to come out and give a try.
So it's interesting. All the tennis teams in the CBC, Bellefontaine essentially is the only one in Logan County.
Yeah.
And everybody else is Northwestern, London, Tecumseh. Urbana is technically the only closest one to us that has it. So how unique is it to be the only school in Logan County to have a tennis team? Boys and girls.
Yeah, it's quite a disadvantage, honestly, because all those teams you mentioned have probably local tennis clubs where they're within, 20 minutes or less that they can play year-round. We have to drive 40-plus minutes if we want to go find an indoor facility. So it does put us at a little bit of disadvantage for less because we have less opportunity.
Yeah.
But it's a fun challenge to have, and we just have to work with it.
So All League Honors came out here recently. Had a couple girls get first team and special mention. Looking at it, Kinsley and Savannah in first doubles got first team. In special mention, Julia Easton got special team, and Jenna Snyder got sportsmanship. So just seeing all those results come in and your girls being a part of it, what does that mean to you as a coach?
It means a ton, especially I told Kinsley and Savannah it's extra special because it's been since 2009 since any girls tennis team or tennis players have made first team CBC. So 13 years drought, and we're hoping to change the momentum there and keep it going in our favor.
So you guys are now in the off season. Tournaments just wrapped up here a couple of weeks ago. So just talk about the experience and the girls having that experience in OHSAA tournament play.
Our sectionals is in Troy. It's an all-day thing, and we actually had a really good experience. I think 4 out of our 5 teams won their first opening round match, and so we got off to a good start. And then it's just a matter of building on that momentum. 1 match this year. Next year, our goal is to win 2 or 3 matches and, maybe sneak somebody out.
So before we move on to the girls, one final question for you, Coach. What's the off-season look like? How do you get the girls prepared during this opening time of the off-season?
Just giving them opportunities. Like last year when I got the position in January, we started off working in the gymnasium. It's limited and it's not as, exactly court-like, but it's something. We got to start somewhere. So a lot of opportunities throughout the off-season. We'll make that long trip to some indoor courts to make sure we get a play, and we just want to make sure we start next year in a better position than we ended this year.
Oh, for sure. Coach, thank you for your time. I want to talk to the girls.
Of course.
Who wants to go first? I'll let you pick, Coach. You go first.
Oh, definitely Savannah.
Oh, great.
Everybody did not jump at once. All right. Okay, Savannah, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. So I want to talk about the season here. Only a sophomore, you and your teammate Kinsley in first doubles got first team all-league honors. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, I think, especially since it hasn't happened since 2009. And I feel like it means a lot because we've worked really hard for it together. I think we both improved a lot, so I think it felt almost deserved.
Yeah. So, what about tennis? How'd you play? How'd you get involved with the sport?
So I played when I was younger, and then my teammate Maria, she actually started, and we didn't have enough people for a team last year, so she asked me to come out and just look at the practice and see what it was like. And then she kind of the coach kind of was like, oh, so you're on the team now. And I was like, well, I guess. So. And then it just worked out.
So only a sophomore. From last year to this year, how much of an improvement have you seen out of yourself?
Definitely a lot. I think freshman year, I definitely improved a lot from like the start, and this year I think it was more just like refining everything and like working on the little things rather than the big things.
So what are those little things? I'm not an avid tennis player, so what are those little things that you worked on to get better this year from last year?
I definitely a lot of like little things, like I would say working like at the net and just working on like your strokes and the way that you're hitting the ball and like different plays and stuff, because when you really start, you're just working on being able to hit the ball and make it over the net, but then as you move on, you want to work on like different plays and really be able to like beat the other team and, you know, just stuff like that.
Okay, all right. So 2 more years left of tennis. What would you like to accomplish in those last 2 years?
Well, I think my goal every year is to win more than I lose. That was our goal this year, which
Yeah.
we were able to accomplish. I just think there are a couple teams that we could have beat this year that I would like to see us be able to, over the next few years, like improve and be able to beat them and, you know, just improve as a team overall, I think.
All right, Savannah, thank you. All right, who's next? Coach, I'll let you pick. Oh, we got Emma. All right, Emma. She's a freshman here on the Bellefontaine girls varsity tennis team. All right, so what's it like being a part of this varsity team as a freshman?
It's definitely a little interesting because, like, there's only 2 freshmen on the team, but there's also no seniors, so it doesn't really feel like a varsity team so much as just like a normal team.
So with that being said, no seniors on the team. Everybody's going to be back next year. How exciting is that for you, knowing that you're not losing anybody to graduation?
It's honestly a lot better because in like all of the sports I've done, there's always people that are leaving, and it's always like, it's sad, but next year is going to be worse because I spent 2 years with them and then 3 of them are going to be gone.
Right, yeah, you got Julia, Kinsley, and Jenna, who are all juniors, will be seniors next year. So being a part of this team as a freshman, what are some things that you learned from, I guess you could say, the upperclassmen, the sophomores and juniors that have a year or 2 under their belt already?
It's okay if like you do bad in a match or like you don't practice the way you play because you're not always going to do your best.
Now, did you play singles or did you doubles?
I played doubles with Maria.
Doubles with Maria. All right. So what was that like? What was playing doubles like with you or for you?
So I'm a person that really likes to work on my own, so that took a little bit of adjusting to play with somebody else, but I think it was better than it would have been to me playing singles my first year.
Freshman season's now in the books, Emma. What are some things that you are going to try to work on throughout this offseason before next year rolls around?
Probably like my backhand.
Yeah.
And not like getting upset when I hit a ball wrong.
You're doing any other sports at Bellefontaine this year?
Yeah, I'm doing swim and track.
Swim and track. You're going to be busy. My goodness. Well, I hope you excel in swimming and in track, and I'll probably talk to you these next couple seasons. All right, Emma, thank you. All right, who's next? We got Julia?
Yes.
All right, Julia. So one of the, I guess you could say the leaders on the team, one of the 3 juniors. So knowing that all your teammates are going to be back next year, how exciting is that for you as you get prepared for senior season in girls tennis?
You know, I'm really stoked that we're all going to be here next year and we can all grow with each other and stuff. And it's really neat to not have anybody that we're gonna.
Yes, you got a cheering section here.
I do. It's really neat to know that like we're all still going to be here, like our sisterhood's going to stay and stuff, and you know we can all just grow closer together and not have to say any goodbyes.
Right, for sure. So being a junior on the team, how do you try to get girls to come out and play on the team?
You know, definitely spreading the word, social media, I'm definitely all for it, and you know, I think once people really get to see tennis in action and not just like watching it on like, you know, Wimbledon or whatever, people can see that's actually like a lot of fun to be able to play with people like at your level and stuff, and that's a really nice thing that I emphasize about tennis is that like you're never going to be going against somebody, well, usually you're paired up with somebody who's about your level because that's just how, you know, the ladder works. And so it's really nice to be able to like play individually and not only like be there for each other, but also be able to be there for yourself a little bit.
Now, I know you played first singles, so you were playing solo, but would you prefer to keep playing solo or maybe be in doubles?
I definitely would prefer to keep playing solo. I mean, I was doubles my freshman year, and I loved it. I loved being able to have, like, somebody right there to always talk to, but that also got me in trouble because, I mean, I'm a talker. I love to talk, and I would get distracted, so definitely a singles player.
All right, one final question for you because we got a little bit of time left and I still need to get the rest of your teammates. But senior year coming up, what would you like to accomplish once everything's all said and done?
Ooh. I mean, I'd love to make it to districts next year. That's definitely one of my big goals is to make it past sectionals and then the districts. So.
All right, you got the goals to achieve, and I'm sure you'll do it. Julia, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
I'll go.
All right, we got Maria?
Yep.
All right, Maria, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing all right. So a sophomore there at Bellefontaine playing on this tennis team. Why'd you join? Why are you playing tennis?
I was interested in, play a sport, and I want to make, like, new friends. So I pushed myself to, like, join a team. So
you've been playing since freshman year, right?
Yep.
So throughout these first 2 years, Maria, how much have you seen yourself grow in the sport?
Last year I was a JV player, and this year it was my first time playing varsity, and I improved a lot. And I'm proud of myself because I challenged myself to be better, and
Now you and Emma were teammates, right?
Yep.
In doubles. So what's it like working with Emma and helping her out as a freshman?
It was really nice because I teach her like how to like new stuff, and I like kind of like guide her to like do new things, and like for me it was like new too. So it was like pretty nice.
So the season's already in the books. Your sophomore year is in the books. What would you like to accomplish next year as a junior?
I want to challenge myself. I don't know for sure if I want to keep playing doubles or I want to go to singles. So I'm still.
Still debating?
Yeah.
You got a lot of time left. A lot of time left. All right, Maria, I hate to cut it short, but thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, who is next?
I don't know how I feel about this now.
You're fine, you're fine. And your name is?
Arissa.
All right, we got Arissa here, another freshman on the team, the second freshman on the team. So what was it like? Why did you decide to play tennis this fall?
I don't know. I've never played tennis before. I just kind of heard about it and got out when I heard Mr. Howell was our coach this year.
So knowing that Coach Howell was in charge, why did that motivate you more to go out?
Because I've had him as a gym teacher before, and I just feel more comfortable with him, and he's a great person.
Okay. So first year's in the books. How did everything go for you?
I think it went really well. I feel like I've progressed a lot over this year.
So freshman year already done, heading into sophomore year, knowing all your teammates are back. How much does that excite you heading into next season?
I'm really excited to move forward with our next year and get going.
Being a freshman, most of the 8th graders will be coming up. How are you going to recruit them to go play tennis next year?
We're trying to get a lot of open court so we can get a lot of recruits.
All right. Well, Arissa, thank you so much, and I hope you get those recruits. All right. We got a couple more. We got Kinsley, Jenna, and Nolly, if they're all here. Let's try to knock them all out.
I think the rest are good.
The rest are good? They don't want to? All right. Well, girls, thank you so much for coming out tonight, and congrats on a good season. All right. That'll do it for Bellefontaine Tennis. Girls, guys, stay right here. And then we will be right back with the Bellefontaine boys tennis golf team, with Coach Isaac Chiles. That is next here on Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com.
It's a new day, Benjamin Logan, more than a school, a community.
The weekend should be for relaxing, and that means no cooking. Check out what's hot at Ron's Pizza in Bellefontaine. On top of pizzas, they have subs, sandwiches, salads, and lots of sides like breadsticks, garlic cheese bread, pickle chips, beer battered onion rings, loaded fries, and more. Check out a specialty pizza this weekend. Ron's Pizza is ready to cook for you. Call 292-7775 or stop by and dine in on South Main Bellefontaine. See more and a menu online at Ron's Pizza's Facebook page.
All right, welcome back here to Chalk Talk live at PeakofOhioTV.com. Now joined along with the Bellefontaine boys golf team and their head coach, Isaac Chiles. Coach, guys, thanks for coming out this evening. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So how long, Coach, have you been in charge? How long have you been coaching?
Just took over this year.
Took over this year?
Yes.
Why'd you take over?
Always been interested in golf. Went to college to teach and instruct golf, and the opportunity came out, so I jumped on it.
Where'd you go to college?
I was out in Arizona.
Arizona, okay, wow.
Yeah.
You're from Ohio, though, right?
Yes.
So why go all the way across country for college and all that?
100-degree weather and sunny days, 364 out of the year.
That is fair. That is fair. There's that one cold day there in Arizona. So, about golf, did you play growing up?
Yeah, I played. Started when I was about 10 or 12. Played through high school.
Okay.
Then joined the military and went the wayside until I got back out and went to college.
You're also or you were at least the DARE officer at Bellefontaine, right?
Still am, yes.
Still a DARE officer? So how'd that come to be? How'd you become the DARE officer out there?
I'd been a police officer for 8 years, and our previous officer Andy, got promoted. Job opened up, and I decided to go and try working with kids and being the superhero instead of the hated cop.
That is, I get that. I totally get that. So looking at it, you guys have 4 on the team. Freshman, sophomore, a junior, and a senior. I don't know how that all works out, the fact that you have 1 in each grade. But how did things go for the Chieftains this year?
We went 3-9 this year. We're still kind of rebuilding. As you see, we're still a small team, trying to get the popularity back up with what it used to be. But we showed some solid improvements through the year. Boys played well. I know Austin ended up first team at CBC. Played real well. It was a good learning year for me and a good start to a rebuild.
So other than Colin, who's a freshman who is since is new to the program, Rory, Austin, and Joseph were here with the program with their previous coach. So how did they help you kind of integrate into the system?
I know the first few weeks I leaned on, especially Joe, our senior, quite a bit on just what we're doing, how we do it, and how they like things to be done and have been in the past. I grew with them, and we all kind of learned for the first part.
So Austin kind of dominated throughout the year as your league golfer. So how did things shake out for him to have such a great year?
He put in the work. I don't know if there's any time throughout the summer and fall that he wasn't out there putting in the work.
Now, where is the home course for you guys?
Liberty Hills.
Liberty Hills. So what's it like going out at Liberty just on practice days, and then once you guys have a match?
As far as
just how things go, like what's the team chemistry like?
This group, they're pretty well together. Bullying each other and picking on each other, but all in good fun. But I don't get any complaints from them practicing. They all want to be there. We go out, we have a good time, and try to get as many wins as we can.
Looking at the postseason run, the Chiefs placed 5th there in the CBC. And you guys finished 12th there at sectionals. That was last week. So just talk about how the postseason run came to be and how things shook out for Bellefontaine.
Postseason, we played well. It was tight between the few. A couple teams we had a chance to move up, just a few strokes here and there. And then sectionals, we played. Reed was playing real tough. There weren't many low scores there across any of the schools.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I thought we might have had a chance for at least a couple individuals to move forward in districts, but it was a tough day and tough course conditions that got the best of them that day.
Yeah, it's never easy once you get to that October weather and golf, especially you don't know it's either raining or snowing, windy. You can never predict it.
I think we teed off and it was 40 degrees. By the time we finished, we were in T-shirts and shorts. And
oh, goodness. Oh, my. So, Coach, first year now in the books for you. What did you learn? What are you going to use to be a better version of yourself next year as the head coach?
You know, I think reaching out throughout the year, getting more interest in the game, especially middle schoolers coming up, and just trying to develop at a younger age and getting more interest in the program. You know, if I could show up with 8-10 guys at the beginning of the season, it would be, you know, a lot easier to put together a team and have a solid effort. You know, these guys here did a great job for going out every week knowing this is our 4. This is who we got.
Well, I mean, it's just a blessing to have enough because 4 is the minimum, right, for a team.
4 is the minimum for a team score.
So, I mean, just knowing that you had enough for a team there, and if you want to try to double it, that'd be pretty awesome for you.
Yeah, it would be.
All right, Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Boys, who wants to go first? You do? All right. Can I get your name?
I'm Austin Hammond.
All right, Austin, you had a really great year this year.
Thank you.
What led to this success on the links?
I think Coach touched on it, but I'm just always at the course, always working, always trying to get better. So yeah.
What course is your favorite?
I'd say in our conference, probably Urbana Country Club.
What's that?
Just really good conditions. I don't know. Outside of that, it's just really, really nice.
Fair enough. So with the weather now kind of turning, getting a little colder, rain and snow on the way, how do you stay prepared and practice throughout this time of the year in the off season?
Yeah, so I'm still going out to the driving range every day after school, trying to play 9 holes. I think with the weather getting the way it is, with the wind, I think it's better to work on certain shots that normally you wouldn't work on. So I think it's just important to stay working even after the season.
So you're a junior this year. How much have you seen yourself grow throughout these last couple of years as a golfer?
Well, just based it off scoring average. My scoring average was 5 shots better than it was last year.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And then my freshman year, I think scoring average 50-something. So it's a lot of growth over the last 2 years.
Earned first team all CBC. What does that mean to you?
I think it just shows, like, if you put in the work, the results will come. Might take a little bit, but...
How did you guys adjust to the new coach, to Coach Chiles?
I think once we started meeting him, starting to talk to him, we realized that he's a really good coach, really easy to talk to, he knows a lot about golf. So I think just being able to talk to him more.
Okay. So 4 guys on the team, which, as Coach mentioned, is the bare minimum to have a team score. You're going to lose 1 guy, that's Joe, to graduation. So how are you and the rest of your teammates trying to recruit more guys to come out next year?
Yeah, so I've been talking to a lot of my friends, and they haven't been big on golf in the past, but a lot of them are starting to get into it. So I think it's important that we get more guys, and hopefully we'll have a JV team next year. We haven't had one over the last 3 years. So,
wow.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. But yeah, we've just been a little stiff on guys, but hopefully my senior year can be off on a good note.
Speaking of your senior year, what would you like to accomplish next year once everything's all said and done?
I'd like to receive first team honors once again, make it to districts as an individual or maybe as a team. I'd like that. But yeah, I think just continuing to get better, I think that's how I achieve that.
All right. Austin, thank you, and congrats on a great year.
Thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Austin Hammond, Jr. on the Bellefontaine Boys Golf Team. Up next, who wants to go? All right, and we have
Joe Boop.
All right, Joe, lone senior on the team. So what's it like, in a sense, 4 guys on the team and 1's in each grade? How ironic is that?
It's fairly ironic. It's honestly pretty tough, though, because we have guys with experience all across the range. You know, a freshman who ended up taking our 3 spot who had no clue what he was getting into at the beginning of the year. So it was good to see him come in and do well like he did. So
yeah. So what was it like just seeing Colin grow as a freshman out in the links?
It was a good time, you know. I mean, he came in. Nobody really knew what to expect. I heard he was good. The first practice, he came in at like an 83 or something on 18, so kind of blew my mind a little bit. Yeah. But, you know, we worked with him, and you kind of saw how the first competition affected him and how, you know, he didn't really know what he was getting into.
Right.
But from our first competition to our last, you definitely saw improvement and saw growth and composure with Colin.
So being the senior and one of the lead guys who's been there for the longest amount of time, and a new coach in Coach Chiles, how did it feel in the sense of Coach kind of leaning on you for when he first started? Because when he's new to the program, trying to learn everything. So what was it like in a sense to kind of be like the second man in charge and making sure everything kind of got rolling?
It was different. You know, 3 coaches in 4 years of high school is not the best experience, but I think it gave a different sort of connection between me and Coach Chiles as if it would if he just came in and had an idea. But from our first practice, you know, I stayed after. We had a conversation about how it's been in the years before and how sometimes it ran and different things he could do to sort of get us in and get improvement across the boys, and so we could get what we needed to do.
So final year of golf is in the books for you. Do you feel like you've done everything that you wanted to accomplish as a golfer at Bellefontaine?
Golf was never really like super competitive for me. It was just fun.
Okay.
I like the improvement I've seen from my freshman to my senior year. My freshman year, I mean, it was not good.
Yeah.
Like I said, freshman, you don't know what you're getting into.
Right.
I had no clue. So I like the improvement I'm seeing, and I've definitely gotten better from the last couple years, whether it's, you know, marginally or not very much, but there's definitely improvement. And I set goals for myself at the beginning of my season, and I'm happy to say that I finished the season with both those goals checked off the list scoring-wise. So
what were the goals?
Like I said, not being the greatest golfer, I just under 50 on every 9-hole and under 100 on every 18-hole would have been ideal. And I even broke 90 a couple times on 18, which was pretty good for me. So
nice. So you said golf was more or less something fun for you to do during the fall. Are you going to keep playing once everything's all said and done?
Yeah, I believe so. Like I said, it was fun. I have a little brother who's an 8th grader, so he'll be a freshman next year. So I'd like to get him out, work with him, because he wants to play. So I'd like to I'd like to see him be better than me, honestly.
That's always the dream for the older sibling, is seeing the younger one be better than what you were in the sport that you played. That's awesome, Joe. Anything else you're playing this year?
No. Golf was it for me. So.
All right. Anything else fun that you have planned for the rest of senior year, buddy?
Not yet. I'm kind of going with the flow, so we'll see what it brings.
Well, I hope it brings you a lot of success and joy, my man, and congrats on a good year.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Joe Boo here on Chalk Talk, senior on the Bellefontaine boys golf team. Up next, we have... Oh, here we go. I'll get it. There you go. No, you're good. You're good. All right, what's your name, buddy?
Rory Pierce.
All right, we got the sophomore Rory Pierce here on Chalk Talk. So, second year in golf in the books for you. How much did you see yourself grow from freshman year to now?
A lot, actually, when I wanted to. My scores dropped a lot, like 10 strokes when I needed to. But other than that, really not that much.
What about golf? Why do you like the sport?
It's more of a peaceful sport. There's not like violence, like
right. No hitting like in football. I get that.
Yeah, and it's more of a mindset game, and it's like a good sport if you want to go to college and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So, do you plan on playing in college?
That's the goal.
Okay. So, what were your scores? What were your best scores this year?
I shot a 44. I eagled a hole this season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then in some of the tournaments, I shot a 94 and a 98.
On an 18?
Yeah.
Nice. A lot better than I probably could do. So, being a sophomore, knowing you're going to lose a senior and Joe, and then there'll be 3 guys left, how are you trying to recruit guys to come out and play golf next year?
I'm trying to get people in my own grade that I know are interested and that are losing people from other teams, like in bigger sports. And I'm also trying to talk into some freshmen that are next freshmen that I know.
Okay. So, first year in the books with Coach Chiles. How did things go with him? How did he adjust as the head coach for you in the eyes of a player?
He adjusted really good. He was a really great coach. He probably one of the best ones we'll have. He knew a lot about golf and helped everyone out personally with their swing and stuff.
What was your favorite course to play on?
We didn't play it this year, but we played it last year. It was Beaver Creek.
Beaver Creek? Why was Beaver Creek one of your favorites?
Because it was a really hard course and it was really beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was it hard?
Because it was like 6,500 yards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your least favorite course?
Windy Knolls.
Why is that?
Because I really suck at that course.
Okay. Fair enough. What would you like to accomplish next year as a junior?
Get in the low 40s, maybe high 30s if I can. I'm really working this winter and next spring and summer.
Last question for you, Roy. So having the putt and play here in town, how beneficial is that for not just you but other high school golfers around the area to practice during the winter months?
It's really beneficial. They actually host a league for the boys and girls around here for us to go out and play in the winter, and they have other stuff for us to do.
Sweet. Awesome. Roy, thank you.
Yep.
All right, last but not least, we have Colin, lone freshman here on the squad. You're in shorts and a T-shirt. It's a little chilly out, buddy. You're tougher than me, I take it. So freshman year in the books for you for golf. How did things go? What was it like this year?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Pretty good? All right. Why'd you play? Why'd you join?
Just to get experience.
Experience?
Yeah.
What about golf intrigued you? I mean, you have football, you have soccer, cross country. Why did you focus on golf? Why'd you pick golf?
I was pretty good at it at the start, so I just started to keep going with it.
Okay. So for you, you're in the off season, heading into your second year now. How are you going to approach this off season to get better?
I'm just going to practice a lot more. Start a little bit earlier.
Okay. What was your favorite course this year?
Windy Knoll.
Windy Knoll? Why is that?
It's easy, and I played really good there.
What was your best score there?
41.
41? A lot better than me. What's your top score in an 18-hole match?
82.
80. Jeez. So you just doubled it. Okay. So you and Coach Chiles, essentially this was your first year on the varsity level. How did things, in a sense, go with the both of you just being a newbie?
Pretty good.
Yeah. One senior on the team. You also had Rory and Austin, who are sophomore and junior. How did your teammates help you throughout this season to kind of get adjusted to the flow of varsity high school golf?
Just helped me learn what they told me.
Yeah? Just kind of lead by example, follow by example? What's the best piece of advice, whether it's your teammates, your coach, or somebody else that they've given you in regards to golf?
Just don't give up when you hit a bad shot.
Don't give up when you hit a bad shot. So what's the prep like for you? You get out on the links, it's the day of the match. How do you get focused? How do you get just to kind of like zen in a sense of like, I'm ready to whack this ball? How do you get there?
Just no messing around, just stay focused.
No messing around, just stay focused? Okay. So we talked about your favorite course, which was Windy Knolls. What was your least favorite course this year?
Reed.
Reed? Why is that?
Really hard.
Really hard?
Yeah.
Okay, so knowing that Reed's really hard, and I'm sure you guys will be playing there again next year, how are you going to attack that course?
Go there earlier.
Go there earlier?
Yeah.
All right. Last question. What would you like to accomplish next year as a sophomore?
Break 40 almost every time.
Break 40 almost every time? All right, Colin, I hope you do that, and good luck next year.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it for the Bellefontaine boys golf team here on Chalk Talk. We'll be back after this, and we'll wrap up the show with Andy Kauffman and the West Liberty-Salem volleyball team. That's next here on Chalk Talk Live at PeakofOhioTV.com.
The weekend should be for relaxing, and that means no cooking. Check out what's hot at Ron's Pizza in Bellefontaine. On top of pizzas, they have subs, sandwiches, salads, and lots of sides like breadsticks, garlic cheese bread, pickle chips, beer battered onion rings, loaded fries, and more. Check out a specialty pizza this weekend. Ron's Pizza is ready to cook for you. Call 292-7775 or stop by and dine in on South Main Bellefontaine. See more and a menu online at Ron's Pizza's Facebook page.
It's a new day, Benjamin Logan. Benjamin Logan. More than a school, a community. It's a new day, Benjamin Logan. Benjamin Logan. More than a school, a community.
Welcome back here to Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com. I'm Tyler Avila, and I'm joined along now with the West Liberty-Salem volleyball team and their head coach, Annie Kauffman. Coach, thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Tyler, for having us. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to have you girls here. Now, before I ask all my typical coaches questions, congrats on the big win last night.
Thank you.
Fairbanks, man, that's a big win, and you beat them in straight sets.
We did. It was a lot of fun. It was the girls played phenomenal. It was a good night for us.
Oh, for sure. I mean, looking at it, I pulled it up. You guys were at Fairbanks, and when you played them earlier in the year, they took you to 5 sets, and ultimately they came out on top. So I'm sure you and the girls had this game circled on the schedule. So what was it like? Break down how everything shook out for the Tigers to come out on top in straight sets at Fairbanks.
Well, we've been working really hard, gelling well. We have a tough non-conference schedule. We've played Archbishop Boulder. We've played Jackson Center. We've been competitive with both of those. So I felt like those were both big good opportunities to put us in a good position to go battle at Fairbanks. Fairbanks won the OHC, and that didn't sit too well with us. Didn't sit well with us. And going 5 with them earlier in the season, our goal was to beat them. If we can't win the conference, we want to beat the team that won the conference, and we wanted to beat them easily. And we kind of played lights out last night. All of our systems were working well. We passed well. We set well. We hit well. We played great defense. Defensively, Olivia had 26 digs. Bailey, I think, had 18 kills last night. And we were, it was like a block party. Naomi Cole had 5 blocks. We ran the net very, very well last night. It was a lot of fun. And a good atmosphere. It was fun.
Sure. So, I mean, you were their first loss in conference play.
Correct.
Second loss overall. They lost earlier in the season
to Ben Logan.
Yep, to Benjamin Logan.
Yep.
So, you kind of hinted at it earlier, that non-conference. How did that help you, in a sense, get ready for this game? Because, like you said, tough teams that you played.
Well, I just think it helps prepare us, mentally. Fairbanks has a lot. They have a couple heavy hitters, earlier in the season. Playing the Archbishop Boulder and Jackson Center, those are 2 storied programs with heavy hitters. And so, it taught us how to make adjustments, to work on our blocking schemes, to make sure our defense was set up around the block and that we're just in position to play the ball.
Somewhat of a similar season in a sense compared to last year. Overall, you guys went 21-4, 14-2 in the OHC. This year, sitting 16-5, 12-3 in the OHC. What attests to how well these girls are gelling and just clicking out there on the court?
Well, they work hard. Most of them play clubs. They play in the off season. They all work to better their game. They want to win. They want to work hard, and we want to be at the top. We want our program to be one of those programs that is looked at as a competitive program.
Right.
And we know everywhere we go, everyone wants to beat West Liberty-Salem. We know that. We expect that.
So how long have you been the head coach?
This is my 7th season.
7th season.
Mm-hmm.
why do you stay? What keeps you there coaching volleyball out of West Liberty-Salem?
It's the girls. I love being in the gym. I love being an opportunity to be a positive role model. I love coaching. I love pushing the girls. We do a lot of team bonding. We like to be silly. I made my first TikTok with them the other night, and I had 604 likes on my very first TikTok. Yeah, so we did a little serving challenge, so you'll have to look us up on that. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, TikTok. Now, is it under your account or the team's account?
It's under mine, actually, yeah. And I have 0 friends on there, so that's even more comical. They like to make fun of me, too,
Well, after the show, I'll be your first friend.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
So, you got a big group of girls here tonight.
So we don't like to bring just a few. We like to bring the whole team. I don't. It's not about individuals. In volleyball, 6 are on the court, but every one of these girls, contribute on and off the court, and so I think it's important that we, stick together.
Oh, for sure. Before we talk to them, you got one more regular season game coming up. That's at Northeastern tomorrow.
Yes.
So what's the mindset like knowing that it's last game on the road before the tournament begins on Monday?
Well, tomorrow actually is a little fun night for us. So it's a charity match for Chasing Greatness, which is Johnny Parker's foundation. So we are actually participating in the first silent set in Ohio. So the first 9 points. So Johnny Parker was an All-American with Penn State, and she wears hearing aids and has so she's promoting her Chasing Greatness and foundation. So we were asked to participate. So we're looking forward to that. So the first 9 points are the fans are asked to be silent, and the players and coaches are able to talk. And we're actually going to do the silent set with JV and varsity, and we have a special shirt honoring her foundation that we're going to wear tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. Northeastern has typically been one of our big competitors, and to do something fun with them is kind of nice as well. We can be friends.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And until everything's all said and done.
That's right. That's right. But it should be a fun environment. Northeastern's record, I think they're like 2-17. So it should be a pretty fun match for us.
So, tournament begins Monday at Brookville against Northridge, 7:30. It's a late night.
It is a late night. So we always get that late night, and I think we travel about the farthest of anybody in our county to a tournament. We play at Brookville. It's like 55.5 miles. It's about an hour, a little over an hour on the bus.
Oh my goodness.
But that's what we do. So
yes.
Yeah.
So what's the outlook? Is it more or less focusing on Northeastern tomorrow, and then once that's all said and done, focus on tournament begins?
Yep, one match at a time. And, and that's kind of the outlook that we took last night as well with Fairbanks. We kind of decided, we had nothing to lose, everything to gain, and kind of went into it with, I didn't really put much pressure. We honestly didn't even talk about it much. I think that's what I was most proud about. They played relaxed and were able to just go take care of business. And that's kind of how we're looking at tomorrow and Monday as well. We'll be prepared for them. Obviously we're scouting and we've got their film and, some things like that. But we're sitting in a really good situation with them.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Coach, thanks for your time. Let's talk to the girls.
All right.
All right. Now, you all don't have to talk, but who would like to speak?
Okay, Chiles Wade's going to go.
R.I.P. me.
R.I.P. And you got nothing to worry about. All right, let me get the roster pulled up. All right, Chiles, right?
Yes.
So you're a junior on the team.
Yes.
What do you play out there on the court?
I'm a right side.
Right side? All right. So my little sister plays volleyball, and I still don't know much about it. So describe, what do you do with the right side position?
So I'm a hitter, so I'm in the front row, and I'm on the right.
On the right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. All right. So what's it like playing with this team? Junior, been playing for a couple years now. What's the chemistry like with you girls?
So this is my third year on varsity, along with 3 other girls on the team. So we have some really good chemistry. We've been playing together for 3 years now, plus middle school ball. And honestly, I feel like the chemistry out on the floor, it started off rocky at first because we had so many new girls coming up. But as the season progressed, I think that we just built on our relationships, and it got even better as the season went on.
So I know last year's record probably includes the postseason, 21-4. You girls are 16-5 right now, but you're coming off of a big win last night at Fairbanks. Talk about just the emotion throughout that game, and once everything was all said and done, beating them in 3 sets.
Yeah, that was a great game. After losing to them the first time, coming out and beating them in 3, it felt great. The atmosphere in the gym was amazing. The energy was there, and I just felt like we left it all out there on the court.
What's been your most favorite part of the season this year so far?
Definitely just the atmosphere in the gym during every game. We've had some big student sections, and just the energy on the court, the constant positive energy, it's been great.
So you girls are playing in this charity match tomorrow at Northeastern. When you found out about it, what was your reaction?
I thought it was for a great cause, Johnny Parker, and I was just really excited for the silent set. It's something new that we've never done, and I'm just excited to see how it is.
I know the game's away, and it's the final regular season game, but why should Tiger fans come out and watch?
I think they should come out and watch because, for one, we put a lot of hard work into this season, and we're playing one of our big rivals that we've had in the past years, and it's going to be a pretty good game, I think.
I think so, too. Chaley, thank you.
Yep.
All right, who's next? All right. We have with us now
Olivia Wilcox.
Olivia?
Yes.
All right, Olivia. Let's see, another junior here. This says your position is an L. What does that mean?
I'm a libero.
Libero. Okay, so you're the one who wears the different colored jersey,
yes.
right? So why is that? Why does the libero wear a different colored jersey than the rest of the team?
So I am just a primary passer on the team, so they just put me in the jersey so it's easier to sub in and out. And it's just easier to keep track of.
So does that kind of start in high school? Because in middle school, they don't really have that different jersey. They don't really have that set libero, right? At least for the lake, because my sister goes to the lake, and they don't have that.
I never had a libero in middle school seasons. I'm not sure if other teams do, but our school has not done that.
So how long you been libero?
This is my first year liberoing
for
varsity, yeah.
What's the experience been like?
It's fun. I get to do a lot. Like, just being on the court a lot more is a lot of fun with the girls, and I'm there from like the beginning to the end, which is a lot of fun getting to like work with all the girls on the team.
Speaking of fun, how fun has the season been for you and the girls?
It's been really exciting. It's obviously a new group of girls from past years, but with all the new girls coming up, I think I've created a lot of bonds with them, so it's just fun to enjoy that with everyone.
Coach Kauffman is in her 7th season with the volleyball program at West Liberty-Salem. What's it like having a coach like her?
She puts a lot of hard work and extra time into it, and it's honestly, I appreciate it a lot. And she works really hard for us, and you can tell that she really enjoys us, and it's just nice having that energy and effort from a coach like her.
So how did everything come to be for her to do that TikTok?
I am not sure. She must have saw a trend. She likes to do fun stuff with us a lot. So we just did it the other day, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't know about it until practice. So
really?
Yeah.
So knowing Coach Kauffman likes to have fun, how is it now that she's finally doing her first TikTok?
It's funny to watch how excited she gets about her fame, I guess. She's been talking about it all day, and it's just a lot of fun to watch her get excited about something like that.
What was it, over 600 likes? That's crazy.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Going viral.
Yeah.
Coach Kauffman going viral. I know Coach said that you girls kind of take one game at a time, but tournament begins Monday. How excited are you for it?
I'm really excited to continue with the postseason. I think we can do a lot of big things just because we're peaking now, which is the perfect time to peak right before tournament season, and I think like our bonds are just even stronger. So I think we can have a lot of energy going into tournaments.
All right, Olivia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? All right, and your name is?
Lexi Lee.
Lexi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. All right, let me see if I can find you here. Senior on the team. Got the first senior on.
Yeah.
So how long have you been on the varsity squad?
This is my first year.
First year on varsity. What's it like? Everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's really fun.
So when did you first start playing volleyball?
I was in the 6th grade.
6th grade. All
yeah.
Right. So what, 6 years now been playing. So from 6th grade now to your senior year, how much of a development have you seen out of yourself?
I think I've seen a lot, given the fact that when I was in 6th grade, I could barely hit the ball, and now I play varsity.
So playing with all these girls throughout the years, what's it like just having these girls as your teammates and your volleyball family?
It's awesome. I love every single one of them, and I would not be who I am as a player or as a person without any of them.
I'm trying to think how to word this. So some of the underclassmen, like looking at it, you only have 1 sophomore, 2 sophomores, and 4 freshmen. So out of those 6 players, how have they developed just in a sense of just being a part of this team?
They, I feel like, have made a big development just because of how quick everything is and just like the support system we have, because we're family. We're so bonded together that just knowing that someone is going to be there to pick you up even if you make a mistake, I think that helps tremendously for them.
Now, I know the regular season will come to an end tomorrow, but just looking back throughout this season, Lexi, what's been the most memorable part of this year?
I have loved just going to the games together and the bus rides and sitting together, and like playing is awesome, but just having the relationships with them and being able to bond with them and being so close that I can hang out with them after practice and it would be just as fun as during practice.
Now, is volleyball something you'd like to try to do if you're going to college and play there?
That's the dream, but I'm not sure if I'd get there.
All right. Well, hopefully you do.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get that opportunity to maybe walk on and play. Are you doing any other sports or activities at West Liberty throughout the rest of the year?
No, I do a lot of volleyball. That's been my whole life for a long time.
All right. So just strictly volleyball?
Yeah.
And keep at it, Lexi. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We got time for one more. Who wants to go? And your name is?
Bailey Poppy.
Bailey. I read your name all the time in the morning.
Yeah.
And you excel at a lot of things you do.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it looks like your position, it says OH and S. What are those two? What does that mean?
OH means outside hitter, and then S is setter.
Okay, so outside hitter, kind of like what the right side is in a sense, but you're outside, correct? Yeah. All right, and then the setter, you just set it up for your teammates?
Yeah.
All right, I'm learning volleyball. I'm trying.
No, you're doing good.
But what's it like being a junior on this team and just playing with these group of girls?
Well, from last year, I think we kind of had to build our program a little bit. We have a few girls that have never experienced varsity playing time, and I think they did a really good job stepping into the role. There's 4 juniors that have been on varsity since freshman year, so we kind of have a tight bond, I guess. And I think the other 3 have been a good leader on the team for these young girls coming in.
So we just talked to Lexi. She looks like the lone senior on the team.
Yeah.
So what's it like just having her, being her first year in varsity and playing with you girls?
I think she's done a good job at being a leader as well, even though it is her first year and she's kind of new to the atmosphere. She always has a positive attitude, which is hard to do, so she always has a smile on her face and is very comforting at times.
I want to talk about that big win last night at Fairbanks. How did it all shake down for you girls?
Yeah, well, so we lost to Fairbanks the first time in 5, and then going to Fairbanks last night, we actually swept them in 3, which was a huge win for us, and especially since they were undefeated and OHC champions, it felt good to beat them.
Do you think they gave it their all to play? Because, I mean, knowing, in a sense, kind of a rivalry game there and that they already locked up the OHC title, was it more or less you girls came to play and wanted to beat them, or did they try to give it their all as well?
I feel like they did try to give it their all. They had a lot of energy coming into the game when they were announcing their players especially. And then once the game started, we were just on. I don't think there was anybody who had a bad game. We all played exceptionally well as a team.
Tomorrow you guys wrap up the regular season at Northeastern with this charity match. What are you most looking forward to for tomorrow?
I think tomorrow will just be a fun experience overall. Like they've mentioned, Northeastern's always been a rival game for us, and I don't know, I think it's cool that we get to have the opportunity to do this, especially since I've seen Penn State do it, obviously, so it's cool that we get to do it ourselves.
Oh, for sure. All right, Bailey, congrats on a great year. Good luck tomorrow and on Monday in your tournament game, and I appreciate you girls coming out. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to have you girls stay right here as I wrap up. That'll do it tonight for Chalk Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all of our guests here on the show as well, and everybody who came out and watched the show live at Ron's, and for Ron's being our host, and to Gary, who didn't make me laugh at all tonight as my producer. I appreciate it, Gary. Thank you. And to you watching at home or wherever you may be at PeakofOhioTV.com. That'll do it for us here tonight. We'll catch you next week, 7 to 8, live at PeakofOhioTV.com for another edition of Chalk Talk.
It's a new day, Benjamin Logan, more than a school, a community. It's a new day, Benjamin Logan, more than a school, a community.
The weekend should be for relaxing, and that means no cooking. Check out what's hot at Ron's Pizza in Bellefontaine. On top of pizzas, they have subs, sandwiches, salads, and lots of sides like breadsticks, garlic cheese bread, pickle chips, beer battered onion rings, loaded fries, and more. Check out a specialty pizza this weekend. Ron's Pizza is ready to cook for you. Call 292-7775 or stop by and dine in on South Main Bellefontaine. See more and a menu online at Ron's Pizza's Facebook page.